Choo-Choo says he knew you'd come through. If someone makes a stop at your station, it's for a good reason, but he understands no one gets their tracks greased for free. He'd be happy to part with his spare grease sprinkler, as he believes it's a great fit for any of your business that needs to be unstuck. He keeps it safe in a box on the handcart, in case of emergency. Wants to keep it there in case of an emergency, but realized it's long overdue already. The world crumbling and all. Choo-Choo says you should help yourself to the grease sprinkler. It's a versatile tool from the bygone, a last of its kind, so don't let it go to waste. He's convinced you'll put it to good use, as there are lots of stuckies out there that need greasing to open. Seems glad you think so. You're on the right rail. Choo-Choo says he can't wait to get out of this place. Wonders what kind of good you'll get up to today. Didn't have much else to say, so no problem. Choo-Choo says he can't wait to get out of this place. So, says you covered the important things already. You shouldn't worry about smashing up the box. Choo-Choo has no use for it now. Choo-Choo says he feels strongly about helping his next, just like you did for him. He's convinced there was a bigger reason you met. Sometimes the wrong train will take you to the right place. He believes you've got what it takes to make a difference. He's witnessed it himself. Says fate is like the rails. They lead in certain ways, and you can only fight that for so long if you want to get anywhere. Choo-Choo's thrilled you found the Ark. Just imagine how much faster than a chug that thing must be, and no rails needed. Needs no rails, no roads, nothing but air. The world's on the mend, so no need to leave it. But just think of all the places the Ark could take you. Says he's happy to see the Ark in your hands. Knows you'll go great places with it and do some good. Wonders who you might call aboard the Ark with you.
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next.
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I...
If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. The only one we'd want to get away quickly from here is darkness.
But you know you can't go on without me. Even if I'm bad company, I complete you.
I think we can finally agree on something. It is better to be alone than in bad company. But best of all is being good company yourself.
After spending a life on the rails, he's eager to ride the skies with you. Just let him pack his rollerboard and he'll roll aboard. Choo-Choo says he's ready to pack up and leave. Says you'll see each other later. Probably a lot of things buried out here. Wiz says that there's no plan to confront the Merkpuff until the octopod is properly armed. He knows you'll need something that packs enough boom to put a dent in that shell, or better yet, head. Pyro sticks will do the trick. He says his old friend Boom makes all things that go bang. There's a rumor that some of Boom's pyro sticks shot off and are out there roaming free. You should keep an eye on the horizon for pyros. If you're fast, you have a shot at catching some of them before they go off. Boom has named the place Puff Duff Bluff. It sounds silly, but it's an accurate description considering most of the pyros are duds, seeing as they're as old as the old world. This is turning out to be quite an expedition. Let's see. Found some e-waste. Worthwhile. You located the village named Loblydurk. that. The mount's ears are not handles. That there is a fume foundry where toxanol processed go juice. This is a radioactive zone. It's not healthy to go too far in without protection. This is an epic already. How it ends is up to you. That's a bang plant, where toxanol used to make all sorts of splody things before it blew up in their faces. Seems to them that the days are getting shorter as the world strides toward an end. With so much night, you need lanterns to be able to get anything done. Their friend Mito makes the best in the land. Find him if you want one. Believes he makes them out of paper and glowing bugs. Last forever. Mito is open for business around the clock, so no need to rush.
Right suto.
It's probably easier to find him at night, though.
Tulo mudre mayo.
He has so many lanterns, it would be hard to miss him.
Tia, mes fasolala.
Bet's Mito would give you a fair price.
Kipahuino pachigatira e jauno. Rayo tesucho.
Claims you always brighten things up, day or night.
Pahuyo no kitemo ja hupikodo.
Says you don't look too bright, without one of Mito's lanterns.
Dalatema dalatai. Sevuche kung chua palparek mek.
Claims you always brighten things up, day or night.
Ajudepotano. Petuyo tutumayo.
Talks about the merchant at the Dopdu shop who charges too much acorns for a box of vegeoit.
Vekuya yak yapakyu.
Says you
Petuyo tutumayo. Lumumuna mana.
claims you always brighten things up, day or night.
Rak tuibe.
Thought you were smart enough to know better than to try to save things.
Adruneoma trayo. Edro manapupei e pankanachis. Beveg bepa man para popak.
Claims you always brighten things up, day or night.
Dalatema dalatai.
Says you don't look too...
Ajudepotano. Legene bo ya pe pioyo.
Claim...
Toi tapletsia.
Didn't have...
Tia, mes fasolala. Nama pölkykkäni nolja.
Claims you always brighten things up, day or night.
Nam chao tatahople.
Says you don't look too bright. With...
Toi tapletsia. Nam chao tatahople.
Claims you always brighten things up, day or night.
Rayo tesucho.
Thinks that if Noko likes you, you must be a good one.
Emahorio tulu Adrianko.
Untended, the world will go under.
Yo lekine ma namama. Rayo tesucho. Reikke pankokkiba.
Claims you always brighten things up, day or night.
Dula sumala me dula su. Lo surate me susute.
Heard you were a somber kid and is glad you crawled out of...
Plawatjenks brik namtibe. Pratiknumpa.
Good thing the fawn helped you take on the hoof puff.
Rana ja jarake nam.
Hopes to see you again.
Sevuche kung chua palparekmek dro ek udratrea.
Claims you always brighten things up, day or night.
Plawatjenks brik namtibe.
That looks like an unbanged pyro stick on the loose. Better catch it before it goes off.
The
pyro sticks will cause a bang, but targeting is on you. At least now you have a chance to hurt the Merc Puff where it counts. He hopes so, as there's no Plan B, or more correctly, Plan C. Out of Date has named this Plan B. Plan A was to take on the World Eaters by foot, or flaps in this case. Turns out swimming down there was a bad idea. Wiz has been working on another cannon, but instead of pyro sticks, it squirts guppos, scaly distractions for anyone with an appetite disorder, and irresistible for the Merc Puff in particular. Seems the best way to find guppos is go talk to Gil. He has a natural sonar and knows where the guppos sub the surf. This means you'll have to go visit Gil at Burblebottom. Find Gil and he'll be able to tell you where to find the guppos. Tells you it's a sort of fish that's able to reproduce really fast, which is a real advantage when you're going for infinite ammunition. It's time to do what's right, for certain values of right. Don't leave rubber scrap lying around like that. This won't be a field trip. It's the real thing. Gross. This place stinks. This is Bottom.
Mein Freunde.
Happy to finally get to meet you. He's seen a lot of things wash up on his miniature shore, but nothing as exciting as you. Claims to have been born swimming, but he must flap-flop clear of it during these dark days. It must have been upstream only to get to this point in your histo-future. But which way are you going now? With the flow or against? It's crazy hard to flipper against the surf, but you can't save the world if you let it sweep you away. Either way, it's a shame the surf has gotten so nasty. Thinks life is like trying to ride a wave. You need to pick the right one, but you don't really know which one that is until you're on top of it. Better to ride a wave than let the perfect one pass you by. Seems to him that there's always another wave coming along. Can't imagine how wonderful it's going to be to surf on gooless goo. The world is going to live. Can't thank you enough for fighting against the goo. Happy you ride alongside the myriad. They bring a real shine to everything they work with. Thinks that's an excellent point. Riding is life. Work is not nearly as fun. But none of that's nearly as important as enjoying the day, right? He never drank from this pond because of the disgusting things done there. Even the fish stopped drinking here after the pollution made the surf mucked and the air blocked his gills. He figures the tree of life isn't drinking either. Or, well, that's not true. He said it does drink, as it has no other choice. It's a tree, but it's forced to drink poison. Figures you're right, but that doesn't mean he has to drink that. His friend Wiz needs guppos for one reason or another, and Gil is ready to point you in the right direction.
Siomej.
But here, you're only going to find dead ones. He's pretty sure Wiz wants them alive. Well, at least the ones that aren't already rotting.
Mas face with which Siomej. If it mayor.
If you head in the right direction, you'll find a clean enough bit of surf to snag yourself some guppos. Then you can get them to Wiz for whatever he has in mind.
Right where the cloud saw.
Figures he's always been a friend to Wiz, and now he can be one to you too. You can shake the rain off later. This is Guppy Grotto. Nothing is dry anymore. The right key could open this. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Any sun is way better than none. The plants are so thick you can barely move. That seems to be enough guppos to provide the octopod with infinite ammunition. He's surprised the merc puff's been able to hold its breath all this time. It's just another proof of the evolutionary change caused by toxanol's contamination. Being undersurf has meant the merc puff has been left alone to munch on the root down there undisturbed. This means the northwest route has suffered more damage than the others. The marks the corporation left behind on the land are everywhere, but they also abandoned technology of which he's sure you only found a fraction. That was the last of them. You've sealed the fate of the tribe and the tree. It's time for the end game. You have your destiny. Follow it all the way back to Out of Date. He never told anyone about what's next, but he's sure it involves you. Just continue to stay true to yourself and respect others whatever happens. You've become their pride, the guiding light of the tribe. It's time to return to the tree one last time.
Hello?
The day is wasting. Time to get to it. Out of Date says the signs of the end of the world are everywhere. It seems nature is preparing to take revenge. The day of reckoning is coming, and you are invited. He can feel you're approaching the end date. If you haven't decided whom of all like-minded, light-hearted beings you've met have earned a seat on the Ark yet, it's time to do that now. Then grasp your last chance to make sure Loopalupin stopped for good. The tree settled its score, but it left yours half done. He says you need to see Loopalupin eye to eye one last time. He's happy to help. He says you need to see Loopalupin eye to eye one last time. He guesses you're back for more. Says you're welcome back. Good thing you love to explore, even underground. That's an aurora totem. Legend has it that activating the four of them together will form a band of your aura in the sky.
Velir minacciare.
He's learned you discovered and activated the last of the arcs. How exciting.
Inchola fenja aleke.
Old doesn't always mean bad, especially when talking about tech from the before times. We've lost far more than we've relearned.
Gamuga.
Just imagine how much more of the world you can see in the Ark, now that the world's still going to be around.
Unarupocho e macho.
You fought well for the world. You can be proud of that, no matter what.
Batu keponan iruvante vakar.
Questions if you could possibly have any open spaces left for fellow travelers on that Ark of yours.
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat open on the Ark should you want to offer it as a gesture of...
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I'm a part of you, so that doesn't count.
If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. The only one we'd want to get away quickly from here is darkness.
But you know you can't go on without me. Even if I'm bad company, I complete you.
I think we can finally agree on something. It is better to be alone than in bad company. But best of all is being good company yourself.
Mikatuma.
Almost can't speak. He's so happy to be joining your voyage, to conquer the skies and everything beyond.
Pala kumpiav e perukan ne antumpo nigarapu.
Wiz knows it's the same old, but he likes talking to you.
Kan patudam urval.
Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now.
Kamujo padaka. Don antika urvaya unara.
Says there's no reason to let you in on where it is.
Nan okopotayake.
Says there's no reason to make threats. Would have told you about it sooner or later. It's not far from here.
Malo anja pambalaga.
There's lots of sympathy with the Myriad tribe's positive.
Intonanko terium.
Says next time you run into the old one again, tell him how scrunched he is. Has plenty to do, so no worries. Wiz knows it's the same old, but he likes talking to you.
Nick.
Seems surprised you have to go. Down here, you can feel protected and trapped at the same time. Let's see.
The
The Sifu is seeking revenge too. He hasn't forgotten what Lupa Lupin did, but he also wants to stop him from attacking his tribe. That the world seems to survive doesn't mean he must. He hopes you agree, even if it goes against your light-hearted nature. There's no room for predators in the world the Myriad tribe is building. But he knows this is your fight. You should handle it. Lupa Lupin's own fear was his shackles, not the roots of the tree. It just changed him. You have a chance to stand back and let the tribe handle it. The seafood is ready to step into the fray. Are the odds about to change in your favor? If a friend dies, something inside you dies. You can save the seafood by making yourself a target. You're up. Shockwaves spread when the world crumbles. This is not a prophecy, me telling you about the future. It's you shaping it. Here's a vulgar display of power. The more he does, the stronger he becomes. It's time you remember who the real enemy is and stop playing the game his way. This is how it ends. The predator and the world itself suffering. But at least it's a sign they're both still alive.
So, what we have here is a clear matter of life and death, and only you can make a difference.
That was unexpected, but welcomed. The big bad predator left for dead. I wouldn't have wanted to miss this for the world.
I think the thing we're really missing here is someone with a heart and soul. The only thing we've got left are those who've lost their minds.
Heart and soul, life and death are one thread. The same line viewed from different sides. It's just that my side is so much better.
Well, anyone in their right mind can see you're lost. But you're right about the thread. Unfortunately, it's been very dark and has run throughout, taken friends, parents, and now yet another life.
We all make choices, but in the end, our choices make us. There's no peace without forgiveness. It's no better time than now to accept a helping hand. Do you wonder what turn life might have taken if you'd done things different? A left when you went right? A yes when you said no? You've walked the thin line between survival and disaster and haven't lost your balance yet. It's because of you the Tree of Life and the world has been given a second chance. You carried the light in a world full of dark and made a difference in a place that needed change. You allied with the Myriad tribe and acted on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. However, light and dark does simply represent the polarities of life. One can't exist without the other. This isn't the end. Just being surrounded by nature as it heals itself will rejuvenate us. Nature will teach us how to survive. So, trust your conscience to show you the way, and everything else will follow. As foretold, you were destined to split the chains of this world. But you're not alone. You filled the ark, and those that shared your perspective and gained your trust will accompany you on your journey. Is there a world out there that's better suited for those imbalanced in their light nature than this one? Whether or not, we'll leave your story on record, so those who come after will know you followed your light nature and saved the world. So, when all is said and done, it turned out to be an unusual ending after all. What could be better than ending the story the right way? Ending it your way, a beginning of something new.